Hey everybody, it is your boy NCOSO7 here, and welcome to the death of my channel, because today's discussion video is going to be a little bit more out there, and I'm getting myself prepared right now in the bomb shelter because I'm just waiting for everyone to dislike this video and call me a hater and just unsubscribe and all that jazz. I'm just waiting for it to happen, but I'm still doing this video anyways because of a reason I'll explain in a second. So, if for some reason you didn't read the title of the video, today I'm going to be talking about Scott the Woz and kind of three issues I kind of have with his channel. Now, I want you to keep in mind first off that I am not trying to spread hate. I'm not hating. For the love of God, don't hit me. I'm just explaining some of my issues I have, and honestly, two of my 3 points aren't even necessarily about him at all, and they're actually just about stuff that surrounds his channel. I'll get into that in a second. And also keep in mind that I have nothing against him. He makes some great content. You should check him out. But I do want to also explain some issues I have and some critiques I have, and kind of why I feel like Scott the Woz is overrated as hell. So, I think without further delay, let's get right into this. Now, I guess I may as well explain kind of my history. Now, I've watched his videos for quite a bit of time, and his videos were really good. But I eventually stopped watching his videos in I think a little less than a year ago, possibly. I think the last video I watched was the Eek emulation episode, and I kind of just dropped off at that point. I kind of just stopped watching at that point, but I'll get into that more so, it kind of combines all of the points, so I just want to kind of explain that so that way you kind of have an idea of where I'm at in this situation, and let's go right into it, starting with point 1. Now, point 1 is actually it's not a very big deal. I'm going to be honest, this is just something I kind of want to just throw in there. That being all of the stuff like the TV show and the merchandise, the Monopoly game and all that stuff. Now, I'm not really the kind of person who's really into merch and whatnot, and this isn't the biggest issue ever, and honestly, a lot of this stuff happens when you get big, but I'm gonna be honest, and this is a personal opinion, honestly don't really like watching a lot of bigger channels, usually because when they get to the point where they have their own TV shows and all these meet and greets and all that stuff, to me, I kind of feel it kind of makes it feel they feel more disconnected from their audience or fans. And I know that sounds a little weird considering the whole point of a meet and greet is for the content creator to meet fans and whatnot. But I don't know, I feel when you're doing meet and greets around the place and people know you so well and even having your own TV show, it kind of almost feels they're on a bit of a higher plane of existence than the rest of us. Let's be honest and face ourselves. Do you have your own TV show? Because I don't think you do. And because of that, it just kind of feels he's a little above. Now, obviously that's not actually true. He's still a person just like the rest of us, but it's stuff like that that makes me feel a little less relatable. Though to be honest, this is not anything against Scott at all. This is just the sort of thing that just happens. It's more of just my personal opinion. That's kind of why I like watching smaller content creators. I don't have anything against the big ones, just they feel they're a little bit on a higher plane of existence than the rest of us, and when they try to be relatable, it doesn't work. I don't know. That's at least how I feel. But that's the first point. And honestly, there's not really much else to say on that. So moving on to the second point, and this is when we get into some more of the juicy stuff, the fan base. Now, I'm not the kind of person to let a fan base control whether or not I like something, but it really does exist in this fan base. Now, I know that a lot of fan bases, most fan bases, in fact, I'm gonna just say all fan bases are terrible to an extent. Every single one for everything. But Scott the Woz's fan base, actually, can I even call it a fan base? I mean, it's honestly more of a cult. Why do I call it a cult? Because of the fact that people praise him literally all the time. Seriously, you can go into the comment section. I'll even give you some examples on screen right now. People just, whether it's just complimenting him and praising him for his work over and over and over and acting like he's the best thing ever, as well as people trying to make creative comments, and it's really, really cringy to see. And here's the thing. I know some people are going to get triggered and be like, oh, but I like his content. And it's perfectly fine if you like his content. I used to like his content too. I used to like his content as well. I thought his content was really good. But here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people praise him just because he's Scott. It isn't just the sort of stuff that's hey, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. It's people that are you're the best thing in the world and all that jazz. And I feel like a lot of people turn a blind eye to issues, unlike me, and they just praise anything. Even like the videos that are not as good, the people just still like praise him over and over. And I feel like I'm gonna go as far to say I feel like it's kind of blind. I feel like people just praise him just because it's Scott and they want Senpai to notice them, which he may or may not, won't. But even so, though, I don't know. I just find it rather cultist because of the fact that people, they praise him too much. And like I said before, it's fine to like something, but here's the thing, and this was actually a comment I saw on a video, and I think it perfectly describes what I'm trying to communicate. Granted, this isn't about Scott, but I'll just read it off. People need to realize that being a fan of something doesn't mean you're supposed to love everything they do and never have any criticisms. No matter what you're a fan of, whether it's a band, a TV show, a series of movies, or whatever, there's always going to be some stuff they put out that you won't like. But you know what? That's good. It proves that you're a real fan. Real fans are the ones who can love something while still having criticisms, and not people who just stick their heads in the sand and ignore the flaws. I feel like a lot of Scott's fans ignore the flaws in his videos and don't criticize him at all, right? And they're instead just telling him that he's perfect, even though there's plenty of things that he can improve on. And listen, I understand, again, I know I'm prefacing this a lot, but like, I understand liking someone's content, but don't turn a blind eye to all the stuff that does make the videos or whatever it is not as good. I mean, that's honestly just the common sense, if I'm gonna be honest. If you like something, you should be able to critique it. But nobody does in Scott's case, because I guess everyone loves him, I guess. I don't know. But that's kind of the second point. And like, also, I don't want to forget people trying, like I mentioned this a little bit before, but people trying to be creative with their comments and making all these stupid jokes about, like, whether it's like Chibi-Robo Ziplash or more Gex jokes. It's not funny. Stop doing it. It's not creative at all. Try and be creative like Scott. He actually is creative. But that's all I have to say on that. Now moving on to the third point, and this actually is regarding Scott's videos, and this is kind of the thing that made me stop watching his videos, and that being his personality change. Now, I was somebody who really liked seasons 1, 2, and 3. I thought those seasons were really solid, but season 4 and onward, I don't know, I don't like them nearly as much, and it's for one big thing, Scott's personality. Now, I'm not going to be able to do it justice without showing you examples, so I'm going to play on screen some examples so that way you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about.
Hey y'all, Scott here, and step right up to the birth off, where we fuse illegal gambling in pregnant women. Which pregnant woman will squirt one out first? Place your bets and let's find out.
I have been ordered to issue an apology by the court of law. In no instance should childbirth be linked to illegal gambling. And if there's one thing that makes childbirth a drag, it's illegal gambling. Please forgive me and don't set up a child birth off of your own. I must now stay at least 50 feet away from any pregnant woman and must complete 14 minutes of community service by informing the public on a much less problematic topic. Game console births and the titles that come with them. Shit, that's it.
Triforce Heroes!
Mario Sports Superstars!
Pokemon Rumble Blast!
Yoshi's New Island!
Paper Mario Sticker Star!
Hey, Pikmin!
There's the Nintendo Switch, guys. Oh my god, isn't Super Mario and Art so quirky and unique?
Nintendo, who's running your eShop now?
Oh, great, a controller for rats.
Bravely Default 2, is that a sentence?
Daemon X Machina. This is still medically the only game with a 60 or above on Metacritic to have given me pink eye. Paper Mario the Origami King.
Now you have to go back and complete all the cups again, but now collecting at least 100 coins overall. And that way you unlock the extra cups, which are filled with the tracks from Super Mario Kart. Man, measles are sounding pretty good right now.
Crusty ass gadget from 2011. Not only was it starting to get hard to be excited for games on the thing, but this also wasn't the thing we wanted to see games on. Any game that would come to this, the first question out of my mouth would be, why?
Did you notice the difference? In the older videos, it seems like Scott's a lot more chill and laid back, whereas in his newer videos, it seems like most of his comedy just comes down to being loud and yelling about everything, like a big baby. And it's really off-putting, if I'm going to be completely honest. Why? Because it feels like everybody's whiny brats nowadays. I mean, I kind of am right now, if I'm going to be completely honest. But Scott's personality just isn't as good anymore. And I know some people will be like, oh, it's just a character, and that's not who he really is. Well, I don't care if it's a character or not. That's what I listen to in these videos. And when I hear him be a big baby about how the Switch, like, talk about the Switch for 3 hours and complaining about these games and being like, oh, they're good games, but like, here's my 20-minute analysis on why Paper Mario the Origami King isn't good. Really? You can't use that. You can't say stuff like that. Like, you're just whining for the sake of whining, and the problem with it is that everyone's like that nowadays. Remember when Scott's comedy was a lot better? He was a lot more laid back, and he would have a joke, and you wouldn't know when the joke was coming. I feel like now I can see the jokes coming a mile away. I can tell when he's going to say something. And I get that his jokes are going to run dry soon. I mean, that's just going to happen, but replacing it with yelling and being loud doesn't really work. I mean, loud, funny humor really is the kind of humor that people use when they're not funny, and Scott can make some really good stuff, humor-wise. He did before, so I don't really know, and that's honestly the main reason I stopped watching him. It just feels like he's more of a whiner, kind of like everyone on the internet nowadays, where you have to be a critic of everything. You know you can enjoy stuff too, you know. You don't have to be a critic about everything, okay? Alright, well, I think that's all I've got for that point. And, yeah, so overall, yeah, I do think Scott the Woz is overrated. But then again, I'm not saying that his channel is bad. I'm not saying his videos are bad. I am kind of explaining why I don't like his videos as much anymore. But that doesn't mean that my opinion does not have to dictate what your opinion is. If you still like watching his content and you enjoy it a lot, that's great. But also, make sure to be moderate in being a fan. If you're a fan of his content, I think you should probably take a better look and see the areas of his videos that he could improve on, and not just turn a blind eye like everyone else on the internet does. Also, and this is just a small little nitpick, I just want to throw this in right now. What the hell was the game packaging episode? Seriously, if I were to redo my top 5 worst Scott the Woz video, I would legit put that video on number 1. 45 minutes of nitpicking. Why? That's it. That's all I've got. So, anyways, that's it for the video. So, I hope you enjoyed, even though I'm pretty sure most people are going to hate this video and go to the comment section and tell me why I'm an absolute stupid dumb idiot in the comment section. And you know what? That's fine. Honestly, if I do end up getting a lot of hate on this video, it's only going to really reinforce point 2. So, yeah, if you want to do that, go for it. All it's going to do is just reinforce my second point. But if you also have, if you agree and disagree and you're willing to kind of explain why, by all means, let me know in the comment section, and hey, maybe we can get into a debate or something like that. That's fun. I've got no time for much else other than college and making other videos and whatnot. So, yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching, and be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you haven't checked out Scott the Woz's channel, I'd recommend checking it out. I'll leave a link in the description or something. So, that's it for this video. I'm done. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later. Have a good day, and peace out.